And were you thinking at that stage, my condition is terminal or might be terminal?
There were two sides of my thoughts on that issue. Logic told me it was, because I saw the scans. They showed me the scans and I could feel the lumps and I knew what was happening to my body, and I knew pouring toxins into it is not going to do it any much better. But the other side of my mind went with, well, hold on, you've had 51 positive years, right? So actually this 1 or 2 years of rubbish, you might be able to deal with that. So actually, when I went in for my isolation period, which was 6 weeks, I said to my wife, I've got a job to do in here. This is another project for me. This is a work project. This is how I looked at it. So I'm going into this room, right? I'm going to be 6 weeks away. I'm going to do my job and I'm going to come out. I'm going to take what's given to me and I'm going to come out.
That's an interesting attitude. It's very determined, very, very solution focused. I'm just going to deal with whatever I have to deal with. That is my role right now. My role is to cope with the treatment that I have to have. It's a way of getting through it, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I've always dealt with projects and problems, and I've always, part of my work is trying to come up with a solution to it. And obviously a lot of that stuff was out of my hands, but there were certain things that I could do to affect outcome, I felt. So I looked at it as another business project, basically. And I said to my wife and my kids, I said, there's going to be a lot of terrible stuff going on here, and there's going to be days I don't want you here. Not for me, but for you, right? So let me tell you when you can come and when you can't come, because there are some things I don't want to drag you down with.
When you're living with an illness like cancer, one of the real challenges is to maintain control over your life, especially in that acute stage where everything seems like it's being done to you, like you're almost a victim of the system. So many visits, so many administrations, so many scans. How do you keep your own, persona going? How do you keep your own role in those difficult times?
I think actually at first I found it difficult because it was coming at me, as you say, it was coming at me from everywhere. But the hospital made it slightly easier for me because my case was complex. So I had a coordinator, a bone marrow transplant coordinator, who was absolutely brilliant. She would arrange because I needed my heart testing, my lungs testing, my liver testing, all my vital organs, right? I even had a brain scan, I had a mouth scan to check whether my teeth and whether I had any infection in my gums. So I had and that is quite complex in a hospital to arrange all those appointments for suitable times. Laura did all that. She did all that for me. And so she helped me with that, and it became again like a business thing for me. So I saw the problems coming, and I tried to not take over the project. I couldn't do that; that was out of my hands. But I did try to have some input into it. I asked a lot of questions. I got a lot of information. I didn't trawl around the internet too much, actually, because I had complete faith in the people that were dealing with me. My consultant is, in fact, world-renowned in mantle cell lymphoma. How lucky was that? So I tried to be involved as much as I could in my own case. I asked what the drugs were going to do to me so that I knew what to expect to a degree. And in fact, that's continued now because I would consider myself an active patient in my own care.